Welcome back to the Miller Brothers podcast. My name is Jordan. That is Eli on the other side of the screen, and we're excited for episode 3. Eli, you got anything you want to say?
Team USA has me hype, big time hyped after these last two games I've seen. I'm pumped, dude. I'm
I'm
proud to
pumped.
be an American.
Amen,
Amen.
brother. Let's hit the intro. All right. You said it at the intro. USA basketball, gold medal, baby. Was there ever any doubt? Was there
Yes,
ever any doubt?
yes. The
Was there
17
any
point
doubt on
deficit
yours?
had me doubting.
Who had you doubting?
Team USA, Serbia,
Anybody?
Jokic.
Anybody specifically?
No, just the team as a whole. I was tripping out in the
Why?
semifinal. The final game, I didn't have a doubt. I knew we were going to do it, but that semifinal game, it had me tripped out.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier, I didn't get a chance to fully watch the semifinal game because I was at work. I watched a lot of the highlights and I was keeping up with it. It was just one of those things where I was checking every
I'll say this: that
10
fourth
minutes.
quarter, that fourth quarter was the best quarter of basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Like it is. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm 22 now. I mean, I know that's not that old, but I've watched a ton of basketball, played in a lot. That is the greatest quarter of basketball, especially that last 6 minutes that I've ever seen in my life. The level of play that the USA went to pull that off was absolutely like I was speechless. I had nothing to say. It was like I was living in like a moment that nobody. If you watch that game anywhere, if you were there, if you watched it on TV, you'll never forget it. I'll never forget that fourth quarter ever in my life. Ever.
Yeah, I was jealous I didn't get to watch it because I mean, truly it everybody I've seen on social media talk about it's the greatest quarter of basketball. I know our mutual friend Brett Harris, he was talking about that's probably the greatest game he's ever watched and he's
Yeah.
like 40 years old now. And so um I hate I didn't get to watch it live. Um, a lot of things going on around here, but it was great. And I did watch. I took time to watch. I really didn't have time to watch the gold medal game today, but like I was carrying my phone around the apartment, getting ready for tonight. And then when we were setting up for the event, I was literally carrying the phone around. And Brianna said, "You need to turn that off." I'm like, "No, I'm not.
No.
You only get to watch a gold medal game once every 4 years, and there's no guarantee your team's going to be a part of it." I was like, "No, I'm watching this."
Well, not only will you not like you don't. It's not every day you get to watch a gold medal game, but this is most likely the only time that I mean this will probably be the last playoff or Olympics for Steph, Bron, and KD. Steph may
Nah,
get
KD
another.
will be back.
Well, he'll be 40, and
LeBron's
so
40.
like, they may be, but yeah, come on. Let's not go there. Bron's 40, but that's a different 40. Anyway, like these guys, at least they won't be together. Like Bron will be done. If Bron was able to hang around and be able to play in that, that would be insane. But like those three guys together on the floor, they carried us back against Serbia, and then they led us to victory today with Stephen Curry being. I don't even know what to call that. That was just insane. I mean, we've seen him do it on every stage. His first Olympics in the gold medal game, he had really struggled. I mean, he had to have had five, maybe six turnovers. I mean, he kind of hurt us there at the beginning of that quarter, and then said, "I'll make up for everything that I've ever done to anyone, and I'm going to win you a gold medal game." Because
Yeah,
Wemby had
yeah,
those guys like France had them on their toes. They cut it to three, and then USA bumped it back to nine, and then Steph finished it off.
yeah.
Insane hoops, insane hoops.
You're not wrong. I mean, it was awesome to watch. And that last shot he hit over the two dudes, I mean, that had to touch the top of the Eiffel Tower and drop in. I mean, he has not. He's known for having a high arc. I haven't seen a high arc from an NBA player and that high of an arc from an NBA player in a long time. I haven't, and it's weird to see that. And so it was just all around great game. And I saw a lot of hate online for Steve Kerr. A lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of hate online from Steve Kerr. And I know you were part of that. What's your main criticism of him?
Well, like I think he's a good basketball coach. I just believe that in this type of stage, I thought he could have done better with who he played out, like rotation wise. Like I don't care about Tatum not playing. We had that whole discussion. And Halliburton. I didn't care about who played. It was like who played together. Like it. Why did it take to get to the Serbia game to let LeBron and Steph and KD play together like that amount of time? You know, like all and then D Book and Embiid. That's like that was the greatest five you could put out there. And like hindsight's 2020. Like looking back on it now, I'm thinking, okay, those five playing together. Kerr knew he didn't have to do that in earlier games. He did that when he had to. But also, you know, why mess around and not play them five together when you know if you put those five together on the floor at the same time or interchange the five, put AD out there because that's what they did today. Like you put those four with Booker, Curry, KD, and Braun on the floor at the same time. It's a walk. Like they're gonna blow out whoever they play.
Yeah, I think you're right. With KD, LeBron, and Steph on the floor, you only do that when you have to.
Yeah.
Only do that when you have to.
But see,
And
and
that and
really good hoops for a basketball fan. Like that's what you want to see all the time. I don't necessarily. I won't go to the extent that most people will go with Steve Kerr and just say he's a bad basketball coach, because he's been for. And I said this online the other day. Like he's fortunate enough to have coached some of the best players ever, with Curry and KD, and then one of the better shooters in Klay Thompson. But he did put those guys in a position to be successful in the NBA. Like he does a lot of stuff. I don't think he's that great of a coach, but I mean,
I think
he's
he's a
getting
good X's and O's
criticized.
guy. I
He's
think
getting
he's a good
yeah,
X's and O's guy. I think his problem, I think your biggest critique for him could come down to management.
yeah.
Management.
That's
Because he's always done this thing with Steph Curry. He would play in the entire first and third quarter, and he would give him a 4 minute rest at the beginning of the second and fourth quarter, and he would play the rest of the half or the game that way. And I've always found that baffling. Just an interesting. I mean, the dude's playing in his prime. He was playing what? Trying to do some quick math in my head. He was playing guaranteed over 30 minutes a game,
yeah,
close to 40 minutes a game. I mean, he was playing 38 to 40 minutes a game, and so his management style is not one that everybody goes to. But like we talked about a couple episodes ago, he he's matchups. It's all about matchups. And let's be for real. He's not the only one making this decision. You got Spolstra on the bench. You got Mark Few on the bench. You got
Ty
Ty
Lue
Lue
down
on
there.
the bench, and then a couple other guys I didn't recognize. And so those guys have a lot of say. I guarantee you, Spolstra has a lot of say in what goes on in those meetings. And so, um, interesting though, two of those coaches are LeBron's coaches,
Yeah,
former LeBron coaches. Found that interesting. But
yeah. But
that's
see,
beside the point.
the thing with Steve Kerr, and like you can go on down the line with whoever you want. Most of the hate for him in the Olympics, most of it's not X's and O's. Now, some of us or some people have seen that, but a lot of his hate comes from not playing Jason Tatum, and that's unfounded because Tatum played today and didn't do that much. And I'm not a hater on Jason Tatum. I'm not like some hater that just doesn't want to see him play. Like I get it, he's an NBA champion, he's the cover athlete of 2K, Sports Illustrated, all this stuff. But they didn't need he didn't have to play.
Right.
And there's you're just saying that he picked the two games against Serbia just to not play Jason Tatum? No. What we go back to matchups. He didn't have to play him. He didn't play him. They don't win that game if Jason Tatum takes up 10 minutes or even 5. I mean, you look what happened when he put Anthony Edwards and Derek White out there. They almost cost us the game. And so he reverted back to the Hall of Famers, threw them back out there, and they won the game. But the Serbia game, like once they won that, I knew that today would be tough. I mean, we're sitting here on Saturday tonight. Of the game was this morning or this afternoon rather, and I knew when we beat Serbia that we basically had the gold medal. Not trying to take away from France, it was just like these guys aren't going to let that happen again and get down like that. And they did exactly what they needed to. Um, and we talk about Steph closing it out. He had 24, 8 of like 14 from three, like all time crazy performance. I want to talk about Devin Booker. And I want to talk about Devin Booker solely because he played the exact same way every game.
Yeah, he was
They hit
consistent.
open shots, he hit them. They put him on the best guard usually on the lineup. The best guard had to be guarded by Devin Booker. Devin Booker guarded him, clamped him, did whatever. He
Yeah,
did what everybody else didn't want to do. Like they all did it. They all did a great job of it. But he did it consistently. Like you didn't have to worry about who Book was guarding. You didn't have to worry about him. You didn't
right.
have to worry about Book missing an open shot because he was going to hit the open shot. Today he had an open three. He shot 6 of 9. Had an open three. Kicks it to Steph right there at the end of the stretch. Like that could have been his shot, but he did. He does the dirty work. He's the unsung hero, and Steve Kerr said it. The unsung hero of the Olympics is Devin Booker, and he's
Hmm.
100%. He's 100% right.
Right.
Like watching Devin Booker, like if you're a basketball player, like my eyes were drawn to Steph like they always are. They're drawn to Braun, they're drawn to KD. But dude, watching Devin Booker this week, like it makes you as a basketball player, like it makes you want to be better.
Right.
Like I don't care about just shooting. Like a shooter, it's like okay, well Devin Booker's one of the best shooters in the league, but he was guarding all 24 seconds. He was guarding.
Yeah.
It's just an inspirational person to watch like that because you're not going to see him do that in the NBA. But today and throughout the Olympics, that was a dude that I just loved watching ball. Like he just hooped the whole time, and I loved it.
What I found interesting, going back to the showcases, this team was not afraid to give the ball to the guy with the hot hand. Steph hit three threes there to kind of inch away from France and kind of put the game away before he hit that incredible shot over the two defenders. And but he gave the ball up. He got double teamed, so he gave up the ball up to KD. KD didn't even look towards the goal. He looked for give the ball back to Steph, and that happened in the 36-point game in the Serbia game. It happened, and from what I can tell, in every game, whoever had the hot hand is who they gave the ball to. You don't see that in modern NBA ball. You don't see that in modern basketball, even at the high school level. I mean, it's like when we were growing up, it was if you got hot, we're giving you the ball. It don't matter if I can score on everybody. If you're hot, we're giving you the ball. And you never did it for me, but that's besides the point. I'm still
Oh,
bitter
yeah,
about
right.
it. I'm still bitter about it. I, there's a game-winning shot I could have hit, but hey, you threw it off the backboard. I'm not bitter. But
Did we win
anyway,
that game?
no.
Yeah, oh well.
Tiger tournament. I'm still bitter about it. I really am.
We won that my senior year. I had 40, so
But yeah, we could have won it my year, but you decided to take the ball, you skinny eighth grader. Um.
oh well.
Anyway, dude,
1,600 points. I'll
yeah,
take
because
it.
you wouldn't pass me the ball.
1,600 points, buddy.
You wouldn't pass me the ball. Hey, at least you don't have that in your background.
Yeah,
You don't have a cool picture like that.
and it's hanging above my bed.
Yeah, nerd. Vanity art.
1,600 points. Anyway,
Hey, I got 1,400 and didn't have to shoot 3-pointers. Didn't have to.
what about you?
I can. I don't have to.
You couldn't shoot most.
Anyway, we're off topic. They
Oh,
gave the guy with the hot hand the ball, and that's what's important.
we'll
And you
see.
don't see that in modern basketball. I wish kids would grasp that.
Yeah.
I wish kids at every level would grasp that. The kid with the hot hand is the one who gets the ball. And your coach shouldn't have to tell you that. That should be common sense, but it's not common sense anymore.
No. Yeah, and to piggyback on that, like when you're looking at today's game, and most players don't watch the game, and when they do watch the NBA, and that's not realistic to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like, this was realistic basketball today. Like this is when the whole country, like the whole world is watching. You're going up against the home country in the gold medal game. Do what you know you got to do to win the game, and it was fundamental. It was move the ball. It was guard 24 seconds, and it was rebound. You'll never see LeBron and Kevin Durant rebound like they did over the Olympics, especially these last two games. You'll never see it ever again. You'll never see Steph Curry defend and Devin Booker defend like this, like they did over this run. But like to go back to what you said about the high school and even in college, like we're not watching the game and how it's supposed to be played. I don't care if I score 40. If my guys hit 3 or 4 in a row and we're about to win this game, like there's no question. You're giving it to the scorer. Like even now when I play, Like, and I'm not bragging or nothing. I'm one of the better shooters on our team. But last year we would have games where we'd have a guy like we would just give him the ball and clear out because the dude that was guarding him couldn't guard him. Like he's downhill at the rim within a couple of dribbles, and you're like, why would I take points away from my team by trying to get mine? Like this whole mindset of getting mine has ruined college or the game of basketball, especially in high school, because there's like a 3% chance of making it to the college level, and it's under 1% to make the pros. And we've got, and I mean, I'm not trying to get off on some tangent here, but we've got parents at home that have kids in their AAU clubs that are trying to make their kids out to be LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, but we don't work like that. I don't work like that. Jacob doesn't work like that. The guys on my team, we don't work like that. Like those guys do. And that's why our mind is set to we know what we can do, and what we do well, and that's what we're going to do. And we're not going to take away from somebody else's game. You're not going to see me get the ball on the wing and try to drive to the rim because that's not who I am. If we would get back, and I know we've gotten way off, but if we would get back to that style of play like we saw today, basketball would be so much more beautiful. Like, we all love the sport. It's not changing my love for the sport, but I love it so much to see entitlement and pride get in the way of how beautiful the game of basketball is. And they can say whatever they want to about the NBA, but these guys, when they want to win, they don't care if they have 40. They want to win. LeBron doesn't care. LeBron's stats today, I'll read them off to you. 14, 10, and 6. LeBron could have had 40. Legitimately could have had 40 on 25 shots because of how physical the game is. But what did LeBron do? 14, 10, 6. I'm going to rebound the basketball. I'm going to kick it to the guys that can shoot it. But when I have my defender on his heels, I'm going to take it to the rim and I'm going to yam it. This wasn't about getting mine. This was about winning a gold, winning a trophy. If we could get that mindset back in the game, in high school, in college, in Little League, and AAU, I mean, come on. But we don't have that. A lot of coaches don't coach that. If I have the best player, I want him to have 40, and if he scores 40, we win. Well, if your best player has 40 points on 35 shots, what have you accomplished? Nothing. And we have people, we have adults, and I've seen it with my two eyes. We have adults pushing pride and pushing arrogance into our kids when it comes to sports, and it's ruining the sport. I don't want to go to a high school game and watch some kid chunk up 30 shots. Oh, but he scored 40. Okay. 25 on 13 shots is way better. Like, and we'll have him on sometime down the way in Coach Malik. I haven't even asked him, but I know he will. But if you talk to him, his words are, it's nasty basketball. It's gross. Team ball, like that style of basketball is gross. One of his least favorite players to watch, Luka, because of that. And I love Luka, but I agree. That sort of style of basketball is not winning basketball. It's not. That's why when James Harden was at the Rockets, Kobe Bryant, the Kobe Bean Bryant, said he won't win a championship playing like that, and he was crucified for saying it. Where's James Harden at now? He's in Philly. How many rings does James Harden have?
He's in LA.
None.
He's in LA.
He's in LA.
Paul George went to Philadelphia.
Yeah. None.
He was in Philly, and
and he moved to the Clippers. I forgot.
He went to the Clippers, and dude,
but yeah,
he's
I know
gotten
we
to a
got
point
off
now.
on that, but I wanted to get that off my chest. Anyway, USA shot 50% from 3, 18 of 36.
Not bad, considering they started off 6 for 20.
Yep.
I don't know if that's true or not.
That's not true.
But it felt like they were like 3 for 13 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, KD was 3 of 9, but D-Book hit his.
Tough.
Steph was like 8 of 14. I think all of his were 3. No, he had a floater in there, but still.
Yeah. Well, and
good.
so I mean, you're right. It goes. I think the key statement you said in that, and your little tangent was, why would I take points away from my team? Well, a lot of people these days see it as, I'm helping my team by doing this. It's like, no, that's hurting your team. And it's just what's best for the team. What can I do to help my team win? What can I do to help my team be successful? And once you figure out what that is, and then giving the hot hand the ball, getting out of the way. I need to rebound this game. I need to be a better passer. I need to be on the move constantly. Because Steph, in what we talked about it last time, Steph knows when to be the decoy. He knows his skill set, and when he needs to be there, he needs to be that guy. He'll be that guy. But if he's learned, hey, if I go set a screen for a big man and I roll off, I'm going to have two people go with me, and that big guy can slip in and get 2 points. Where if I get the ball, I'm probably going to turn it over. So anyway, I mean, basketball in its purest form was here at the Olympics. My only complaint is the turnovers. They're
Yeah.
careless. They got careless with,
In the third quarter.
and especially in the third quarter, even in the beginning of the fourth. It got to where they were careless, so those guys started playing iso ball. And I love listening to Dwayne Wade today because he had a lot of good statements. He said in the beginning of the fourth quarter, he said the guys are getting careless. He said it's too early to go iso ball. He said they need to get back to sharing the ball, making good passes, because when they were doing that, they pushed the lead to 11, 12, even up to 14. But when they went iso ball and they got careless with the ball, France crept back in. So this was one of those weird games. Yes, France made a good game out of it, but USA controlled the game from tip to the final buzzer.
Yeah.
They controlled it, and they never gave up the lead. France fought back. USA, Kevin Durant, those guys push it up. If someone hit a big shot when the big shot needed to be made. And so, I mean, we could talk about this for an hour, but final comments on USA basketball.
Yeah, just overall, like, as an American, as a basketball lover, that was exactly what I wanted to see. Those are memories that we'll have, like, forever, just watching these Hall of Famers
Yeah,
go at it. I mean, just 1 through 12, all of them were magnificent when they got their opportunities. Um, but, yeah, Team USA gave us what we wanted to see. And LeBron, what might be LeBron, well, I'm just going to say it. LeBron's not going to be in 2028. But getting to see those three guys play together. Um, and I want to say one more thing. You talked about LeBron taking a back seat uh, during the quarterfinal stages and all that kind of stuff. These last two games, he showed us why he's that guy. He willed us many times. Like Steph had 36 last game. We talked about all of his shooting. But without LeBron, this team doesn't get to where they were at. And I've been critical of LeBron growing up, but like I respect him and I respect Kevin Durant and I respect Steph Curry way more now than I ever have. And look, we don't always agree with, the off the court stuff or what they stand for or whatever. But based on professional basketball players, I mean, they're three of the best that'll ever do it.
I agree.
And
I
it's
agree.
just
They're going to be considered on in the top three of their positions for the rest of the time. LeBron considered to be the GOAT by many, whether we like to admit it or not. Does this put him above Michael this run?
well, I used to talk about Michael's better, LeBron's better, and have that argument. But at this point, dude, I can't just say Michael's better than LeBron or LeBron's better than Michael because
It's
as
different
my
eras.
philosophy teacher at school says, you can't compare eras, and I'm not going to compare eras right now because it's two totally different styles of basketball. Well, excuse me. I will say this: I did watch a little bit of a Dream Team game the other day.
I saw it too.
Yeah, buddy. Sorry for all the old heads out there. This team clears. And I'll tell you this, I know we're not going to stick on this long. We've got other things to talk about. You got Michael Jordan. Who's he going to guard?
Everybody.
Who would you put Michael Jordan on out of the starting five today? KD, LeBron, Steph, Devin Booker, or Joel Embiid?
I'd put him on LeBron
You would put him on LeBron.
because
Okay.
I think LeBron touches the ball every time down the floor.
Okay. So Michael's guarding LeBron. You know who that means has to guard Kevin Durant?
Scottie Pippen.
Okay. Who's guarding Steph Curry? Irvin? Look, Irvin's big, but he's not
Stockton.
staying with Steph. Stockton? Yeah. Okay. Who's Larry Bird gonna guard? Booker? Give me to the rim, big boy.
Yeah,
Look,
but see, you're
they
forgetting
can't
it's
defend. They can't defend this kind of basketball.
so what rules are
They
we going by? Are we
outscore.
going by FIBA rules or are we going by NBA
Oh
rules?
no! If the Dream Team and Team USA played, it would be FIBA. Okay.
Okay, so if we're gonna have this conversation, this is gonna be the whole episode, but maybe we can do this a whole other time. If it's going to be FIBA rules, it's going to be a closer game than most people think because of physicality. That Dream Team would be really physical with these NBA guys. We saw it throughout the course of the showcases and the whole Olympic run. This USA team had to learn how to be physical again because the new modern NBA doesn't allow them to. So if we're gonna, it's because it's different eras,
Yeah.
and so it would come back to the argument of it being different eras,
And
and
I'll
so
say
you're
one
gonna
more
have
thing.
to go ahead, say
Go.
one more thing.
Okay. Yeah. Threes are more than 2.
Yeah, you don't have to shoot threes when people can't guard you in the paint.
But threes
I
are more
mean,
than 2.
threes are more than 2.
And they can't shoot threes.
They don't have to.
So you're saying they would have to make 52s.
I'm saying they would be physical enough. They'd probably wear down this modern team.
Well, I'll let you know.
And
The fouls in the FIBA this year were a lot different, especially today. They were a
it's
little
weird.
ticky tack the last couple of games. I don't know why.
No, they were ticky tack on certain things.
Yeah.
Like
They would bump around and then
Booker was going around, was chasing a dude around the screen, touched him with his hand. They called a foul. Anthony Davis throws a guy to the ground going up for a rebound. Nothing. The guy returns the favor on the other side. Nothing.
It's different. I don't know what it was.
It was. I don't know the FIBA rules, so I just don't understand the difference in the calls. And I apologize for the static because I think it's on my end, but I don't understand it.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be close. I don't think anybody would like run away with it, but I think it would be a really good game. But I do think that, and I know that's talking just from our era. Like we didn't get to see them in action in person. Like if we got a chance to see that, I do think this Team USA probably would have a good chance of winning that game.
Very
I would set the
possible,
line at
but it
5.5.
depends. It depends on what area you're playing in it. Because if you're playing
That's
in
true.
this era, those guys, the Dream Team would be playing this style of basketball. If you played in that area, these modern
And I
NBA
guess
players
that's how
would be playing that style of basketball. So it's really a moot point.
That's what I say. I think we just
Joey
wasted
Tribbiani
7
says
or 8
it's a
minutes
moot
talking
point.
about that.
Yeah, but it's fun to talk about, and
Yeah.
maybe we could break it. Maybe we'll break it down and do a completely different episode on it if we've got the time. Couple things left to mention about the Olympics as we're sitting here now. It's Saturday night. Olympic Games end on August 11th. USA is number 2 in gold medals, right behind China. China has 39. US has 38. But USA is dominating the overall medal count. They have 122. China has 90. What's that stat you read off about the track team, track and
So
field?
between men's and women's track and field, they have medaled in 34 out of the 44 events, which is
That's
sick.
impressive.
That
I wish
is sick.
swimming would have done that.
Yeah.
But you see, U.S. has 38 gold, 42 silver, 42 bronze. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like
pretty
34
consistent.
out of the 44 is crazy. I watched a lot of the track and field. Like we've got some really, really talented athletes. Some of them are like 21 and 22 years old, so they've got a couple of more Olympics in them if they stay healthy. So
Yeah.
it really awesome, really awesome. And then tomorrow morning, well, actually in 3 hours, Team USA women's takes on France. I expect that to be a double-digit win and another gold medal for the USA.
Yeah. I just got to hope China doesn't win breakdancing.
And I want to point something out to you. I think maybe on our last episode, you said something about Scotty Scheffler. People were saying that he might not be that good of a golfer because all the good golfers went to live. And you said he was like 6th or 10th or something on the leaderboard.
6.
And you're like, do they have a point? Do they have a point that Scheffler is not that good of a golfer? That's
Okay,
basically what you said.
hold on. That
That's
is not
basically
what
what
I
you said.
said. That's
No,
not what I said.
That's what you
That
implied.
is not what I said.
And
I
I
was
wanna-
saying the pressure was going to be turned up on him, and the conversation and the rhetoric was going to be turned up, and then he goes and shoots a 62 and wins the whole thing.
Yeah,
So
what did he do? He won what?
the whole thing.
The whole thing.
I
Gold.
wasn't criticizing. I'm a big fan of Scotty Scheffler. You can go back and listen to it. I was not criticizing him. I was reiterating the point and saying that a lot of people are saying because all the good players have gone to live, he hasn't had real competition. That's why he's been able to clean up on these events. But if you'll know, these majors that he's winning, a lot of these live players are playing in those tournaments because they've won and they get a pass. And so he was only 4 shots off the lead going into Sunday, and then he goes and shoots a 62 and won the whole thing. It wasn't a criticism. It was just saying
But you
if he
mentioned
didn't
that you had
win,
a little
the
belief in it.
criticism would be turned up. What'd you say?
I said you read it off and wanted to talk about it, which meant you had a little bit of belief in what the media
I
was
did
saying.
not. I
You
just
had a
wanted
little
to
bit of
bring
doubt
it
in your
up.
mind
It
on
was a
the
good
Scotty
topic.
Scheffler. Texas
No,
Fi,
no,
Texas Fi, and it's goodbye to A&M. I think he went to Texas. I don't know.
he did. He
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
SEC
Texas
put it all
Fi.
over the social media.
Hook 'em.
Horns down.
Yeah, anyway, you had a little belief in you that Scotty couldn't get it done.
No, that's not true. And you need to back off before I slap the taste out of your mouth.
Oh, okay, buddy. Anyway,
All
yeah,
right.
Scotty with another gold, though. What a GOAT.
With a
What a year
gold.
for
That's the
him.
first gold in golf in a long
What a
time.
year for him.
He's the first world's number one to gold medal.
Yep. You know, he gets arrested. His wife has a kid. He wins the Masters. And then he turns around and wins a gold medal. There's nothing more American than that. It's just what it is, brother. Nothing more American than that. Growing the family, getting your name in the justice system, and on the justice system, you know, winning the most prestigious golf tournament, and then winning gold. I salute you.
I think there's nothing more Texas than that. But I'm just saying. I mean, he is the world's number one for a reason. But I'm
Absolutely.
surprised Tiger doesn't. Does Tiger doesn't have a gold medal?
No, I wouldn't think. I don't know how
Why
long
did
golf's
he
been in
not
the
compete?
Olympics.
All right, moving on from the golf talk and your slander against my character, even though it's on the internet for everyone to see and hear. You keeping up with NFL much right now?
Not a ton, just because I don't really see much within the preseason. I did see Caleb Williams. He's had a pretty good start to his preseason, but there's just not much for me. I don't get excited about the preseason because you're not going to see your main guys play much. Like Patrick Mahomes played one drive today. I think he was like 3 or 4 or something for 27 yards or whatever. So you're not really seeing a lot. It's just what the rookies got, you know. And I haven't really paid too much attention to it. But I'm excited for the NFL season to start. Hopefully, you know, Joe Burrow comes back. I love Joe Burrow. So hopefully the
Slim
Bengals.
Shady.
Yeah, I hope the Bengals um, are better this year. I hope he stays around. Of course, I love the Steelers out of the North. That's my favorite team out of the AFC North. But I do love Joe Burrow.
I don't think Russell Wilson played today.
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah,
that.
he didn't. Justin Fields and Kyle Allen. Fields went 5 for 6 for 67 yards, but he got sacked twice for 15 yards.
I don't think they're going to be very good this year.
No. Was this today or was this yesterday?
Today, no, last night. It was yesterday. They lost 20-12 to the Texans.
That's right. I think the biggest news coming out of preseason is Caleb Williams because it gives him a chance to get acclimated to the NFL because that's what pretty much all preseason is. They give a chance for rookies and new team members to kind of get acclimated to each other. And you're not going to see anything, especially in these early weeks. But as we get further and further into the preseason, like you'll start seeing Aaron Rodgers. You'll see a lot of these guys who play multiple drives, play up to a quarter and a half because they got to get used to playing with their teammates in big game situations. So, who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year?
Dude, it's kind of tough talking about it in August when we're
Yeah, it is.
in February. I mean, your easy pick is always the Chiefs. I mean, I think they'll be right back in the middle of that pack. Okay. So, for me personally, like Super Bowl wise, I like to see my favorite teams or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to see the Carolina Panthers because they're trash and they're no good. I wanted to see the Steelers. They're trash, no good.
Oh,
So,
no, hold on.
look, they'll win 9
Steelers are
games.
not trash. No, they got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. And a two-quarterback system, if we know anything as Auburn fans, a two-quarterback system
It's a
always
no
works.
quarterback system.
They got 2 quarterbacks. I don't think it's going to be a 2-quarterback system. I think it's going to be Russell Wilson's team. I think it'll be his until Pittsburgh starts booing, and then they'll switch to Justin Fields. I mean, Justin Fields, everything I've seen out of training camp, he is winning over everybody's hearts right now. And like I said, he went 5 for 6 in preseason game earlier. So he has a good chance. I mean, I think they'll be fine going forward. Russell Wilson's just older, and it'll give Justin Fields a chance to actually sit under the tutelage of someone who's won and been successful. His last 2-3 years have not been good, but Russell Wilson has been a good quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yep.
I mean, he's not a slouch.
Yeah, he just played for the Broncos. I don't count that. I'm sorry, I don't count that. Sean Payton hated him anyway. That's fine.
That was a tough situation.
So
Broncos country,
I don't think the Steelers will be trash. I just don't think they'll be that good, and it's going to be hard to compete with the Ravens. And if Joe Burrow's healthy, it's going to be hard to compete with the Bengals. And then the Browns are going to be right in the middle of that pack again because Deshaun Watson's still there, and they still got a great defense, and their offense is going to be fine. That's going to probably be the toughest division in football this year. So, but if we're looking at like Super Bowl favorites, personally, I would like to see the Ravens kind of make a push just because they got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. That'll be an elite backfield. I mean, Henry's not what he used to be, but he's still really good. And that Ravens offensive line is going to be good enough where he's not getting hit as soon as he gets to the line of scrimmage like he was for the Titans. So AFC, give me the Ravens. I think they'll overtake the Chiefs. It'll be the Ravens. Now NFC, 49ers and Eagles. The Lions, maybe. The Lions are a sleeper just because I don't think they will, but it's Dan Campbell. Maybe they get over the hump. Jared Goff, those guys, maybe. But Eagles, Niners, throw the Cowboys in there just for fun. I don't think they will. They'll choke in the playoffs like they always do. Shout out Easton Truitt. The Cowboys will not make the Super Bowl. Anyway, Ravens, Eagles. Or, excuse me, 49ers, Eagles. Because I think 49ers, this is Brock Purdy's team now. Him and CMC, like, if they get this thing together again, it's really going to be hard to stop them because they still got that elite defense. They've still got a great running back in CMC, probably the best running back in the NFL. I'll take the 49ers. I'll take the Ravens. Repeat of when the Harbaugh brothers coached against each other back in the day. Also, look out for the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh just got a 1-year ban from college football if he ever comes back. Newsflash, NCAA, he's not coming back ever. So, shout out to cheater Jim Harbaugh. Big Blue loves that national championship that they got, that they ripped away for cheating Pete Carroll. Anyway, I mean, Alabama didn't win, so that's all that matters, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's all that matters. But War Eagle.
Michigan, Big Blue, got a championship. Harbaugh cheated to get it. That's okay. He'll never coach in the college football world again. The Chargers might make the playoffs with Justin Herbert. Who knows? But AFC West, give me Jarrett Stidham. Broncos starting quarterback. Bo Nix, third string.
For now. That's going to be Bo Nix's team.
Well, Zach Wilson's in there too. Wilson might get a little run. But yeah, so I know I've said it, but to give you my not so important Super Bowl picks in August when the game's in February, Ravens, Niners. That's what's going to be.
I like that. We'll break it down as we get closer to the regular season, and we'll actually dive into it once we've had a chance to digest all the offseason moves and everything. And so Ravens, 49ers, I got it written down. I think I'm with you on that for now. Where we're at right now in August, I think. I don't think the first game's till like September 1st, and here we are on August 10th. I don't think we're going to be – I don't think it's time to make those picks. So, anyway, we'll keep going. Anything else you want to say to the peoples?
Yeah. Shout out to the Atlanta Braves for winning their first game. Broke a 6-game losing streak. We're absolutely trash. Every time I talk about the Braves on this podcast, I said they were bad. They won 5 games in a row. I said they were good. They lose 6 in a row. I'm saying now the Braves will not make the postseason. Okay,
they will not win the World Series. They're not going to.
And I'll never talk about
terrible, horrible.
I'll never talk about if they're good or bad. I'll just talk about them. Next time we talk about the MLB, I'll just talk about them. I won't say my expectations. But from now on, the Braves will not make the playoffs. They won't. I think they're back in the 3rd wild card spot again at a half game above the Mets. But before we go, I just wanted to say the Braves are trash. They're not making the postseason. And my hopes and dreams are crushed. And I'm proud to be American. Team USA, baby. Today's been a great Saturday.
Proud to be an American. Amen, brother. Aren't we all proud to be American? So stay tuned. This week, very
USA,
good possibility where we could be going through the NFL 100 list. I've got it right here. I've got all the highlights done.
USA, USA.
USA. We'll talk about. We'll have to talk about breakdancing. We have to. A little bit of a shorter one. People have been expecting a shorter one, and been wanting a shorter one. So we give them a shorter one. So stay tuned. We're going to go break down the NFL top 100 list. There's a lot of disagreements right there. Ayla, I don't think you've seen it yet.
I've seen no, not really.
Not really.
Maybe like
So
the top 3.
we'll
I don't
go
know.
through, get your reactions, talk through some of it. It's probably going to be a good one. College football starts next Saturday, week 0. We'll probably release some picks. We'll probably release a little minute video. We'll break that down and go through those 5-6 games that are important. Talk through that and go from there. Other than that, anything else you want to say?
Team USA. Shout out Del County. Love this hat. Holy cow, look good in it. Yeah, USA baby, all day. America.
All day. Whatever golds are left, gotta win them all tomorrow.
Amen.
All right.
Shout out
Appreciate it.
women's. They're going to take the gold. Y'all have a good night or a good day.
I don't know. The way you're talking about the Braves, you probably just did that for the women's basketball.
No, they're winning. Double digits. Gold
Watch
medal.
them win by 1.
Shout out Asia Wilson.
Watch them win by 1 on a buzzer beater from Caitlin Clark. Oh, wait. Never mind. Anyway, appreciate it. See ya.